Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we saw that buy side has been dominant, but our short-term bias continues to be fairly neutral here. On the upside, we have resistance at 42.5 to 44.5, followed by yesterday's high at 46.75. And in order to get a breakout above the pre-market resistance zone and 46.75, we are going to want to see broad market strength, sustained upside momentum, and ideally participation from the other markets. And if we are seeing that, if we are seeing an upward trending advanced decline line and the tick holding above zero, then ES can reattempt the breakout that we saw yesterday. And we could then get a move up into 50.5 to 52.5 and possibly even 56 to 58. So that's something we'll have to assess in real time. On the downside, we have the previous VPOC at 36, gap fill at 33, and then the first area of support is at 28 quarter, 30.75. Below that, we have the high volume node of the current developing balance at 27, and then again support at 23 to 25. Now, given that we have the FOMC announcement due tomorrow afternoon, it's less likely that we're going to get a sustained directional move one way or the other. That doesn't mean that the market can't attempt a breakout, and it doesn't mean that the market can't go up and test 50.5 to 52.5 or even 56 to 58, because that is really the current balance area high of the range that the market has been developing. So we could get a breakout attempt, but after that, from 50.5 to 52.5 and 56.58, we can then start to balance again. And on the downside, we could still go down and test the 27 high volume node, even test the 23 to 25 area, and possibly lower, because that would be in alignment with the larger time frame market structure. But once we have sold off into a good area of support and we have exhausted the range potential of the day, then the market can again go into more of a balancing phase. So the overall expectation is still for a fairly balanced session, but that balancing can take place at higher or lower prices depending on the level of strength or weakness we're seeing in real time. But we do want to be more cautious on our location on the long side because of the larger time frame neutral bias, and because of the fact that there may not be enough reward to risk if you are entering a long setup at too high of a price. So, if the expectation is for the market to balance a bit here, then, you don't want to get caught up in some short-term chop from poor trade location. So again, because our bias is neutral, we are open to both long and short setups. But if we're taking any longs from aggressive prices, then we need to make sure that there is a lot of underlying momentum in the market to support that idea and support the idea of continuation to the upside, because we've already seen a pretty decent bounce here in the overnight session. So that's really how the ES is set up at this point heading into the open. Very neutral bias, open to a move in either direction, but in order for an upside move to really stick, we do have to see a upward trending advanced decline line, tick holding above zero, printing some decent values, and then the other markets participating as well. Absent strong buying, we can continue to balance within the recent range and quite easily pull back, fill the gap at 33, perhaps test initial support. That wouldn't really take a whole lot. And then on the downside, if we're not seeing major weakness, then buyers can still defend the 27 high volume node, the 23 to 25 zone, and then if we do end up going lower, we can still get buyers active, especially at a zone like 12 to 14.5. So those are the main thoughts. Let's see if the buy side can maintain the short-term control that we've seen in the overnight session, and we'll take it from there.